Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing, and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today it is Thursday, May 14th, 2026. 6 years and 2 months of Torah every single weekday just to find each other, to say good morning, to give each other the gift of presence, and to do something positive together to start the day. Deborah and Scott, Susan and Jonathan, Michelle and Lydia, Boker Tov, friends. It's good to see all of you. I hope that you are well. Tracy Ann, nice to see you too. Rosa, Natalia, good morning, friends. Let's see who else is here. Then we'll sing a bracha. We'll learn some Torah. Okay. Good morning, Cecile and Barry. Debbie sending love to Colorado. Okay. Let's take a breath, sing a bracha, learn some Torah. Hi, Adele. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Linda. Hi, Jack. Hi, Ali. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ay la la la. Good morning, everyone. It's good to see all of you. Rosa, thanks for the good wishes. I appreciate that a lot. And L'chaim, I said the bracha before we got started, so a sip to everybody. L'chaim. We are traversing through the wilderness. That's where we find ourselves in this book, Bamidbar, that we begin this week. We learn again what it is to travel into an unknown place, but isn't it interesting to think about that as the national version of the individual journey that the very first one of us took? Avram and Sarai are called by God, Lech Lecha, go. El ha'aretz asher areka, to the land that I will show you. That is precisely what we are doing as a people in this week's Torah portion, which means that yet again we are traveling following God to a place we do not know, but we've been promised about, we've heard about. What an exciting, strange, risky journey. What a leap of faith. And in this desert, we will encounter things that we are blessed by and things we wish we had not experienced. Our very first steps into the Midbar after we leave Egypt, after the sea splits, is being ambushed by Amalek. There are giants in the sky, to quote Stephen Sondheim from Into the Woods. Once you take a step into the unknown, a step off of the path, you don't know what you're going to encounter. And the familiar is seductive. Just stay with what you know. So much so that in incredible narrative feats, including the film The Shawshank Redemption, you see depictions of people who have been in prison for so long that they understand it, and the free world, meaning being freed from prison, is not just unfamiliar, it's threatening. The predictability of what we've become familiar with is very powerful. And so not only is the desert itself a challenge to this, because there's nothing there. That's not quite true about deserts if you've ever spent time in a desert, but it is true about our depiction of the Midbar. And so the rabbis over time have looked at the nature of a desert, the nature of a Midbar, because after all, that's where we receive the Torah. And so, isn't that interesting? To journey to a place we do not know, to do it for a period of time, to have trust that the universe has a purpose for us, maybe even God, that requires something. So there's a midrash. It's in the Mechilta, which is an ancient commentary on the book of Exodus, but it deals with this concept of desert. I'm just going to give you a translation, a quote translation here. They camped in the wilderness, Vayachanu Bamidbar. The Torah was given publicly and freely, in a place belonging to no one, and all who want to receive and accept it can come and do so. To three things the Torah is compared: to the desert, to fire, and to water. This is to tell you that just as these three things are free to all who come into the world, so also are the words of Torah free to all who come into the world. We are told to be like a desert, to be open, and in a certain sense, to be ownerless. We are in relationship, but what if we were just open? What if the freedom that we experience is modeled on the expanse of a desert? What if within each of our hearts we have the capacity to just hold it all, to discard all of the baggage that we've accumulated through our lives for a second? It might be a very small second. Desert and fire and water are free. They should be. Water should be free to everyone. Fire, which means warmth here, not destructive fire. Fire that keeps you warm should be everyone's. And the desert is certainly free. But so too should be Torah. Torah accumulates meanings. We think about who owns this meaning, what does this absolutely mean? When we are sure of what Torah intends, we should watch out, because we've probably lost the script. We do not know. There's infinite meaning in every word of Torah, but Torah itself is free. What a gift to be like a midbar and to encounter words that themselves are like a midbar, expansive, inviting, burdensome sometimes, sure, hard to navigate, absolutely, but shareable. We've been doing this for a long time, friends, haven't we? Sharing Torah. Not for one moment has anyone said, this Torah belongs to me and no one else. That wouldn't be Torah. So what a gift it is, friends, to know that what the Midrash says, the rabbis in the Mechilta say about the idea of the desert that we are in for this book. That it is a gift. Torah is just like it, a gift. We could be just like Torah, a gift, open and expansive and ready to share. That is precisely who we know ourselves to be. So let's keep doing that. Let's plumb the depths of meaning in the Torah, in ourselves, in each other, and remember the entire time that you and everyone around you is a gift. You and everyone around you could share meaning. We've inherited that. What a great legacy. Let's make sure that we pay it forward. Let's take a breath, send our hearts to the east, friends. Let's sing. Kol hod balevav pnima nefesh Yehudi homia ulefatei mizrach kadima ayin letzion tzofia עוד לא אבדה תקוותנו, התקווה בת שנות 2000, להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים, להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים. Am Yisrael Chai. See you tomorrow, my friends.